Do you have a great idea for a podcast? Or maybe you already have a podcast, but you're getting overwhelmed with editing or production? Head over to EndeavorPodcastSolutions.com. They have everything you need, from intros and outros to editing work, voiceover, you name it. That's EndeavorPodcastSolutions.com. Podcasting simplified.
Normally, this is the point of the show where we'd allude to some of the things we're going to cover. But last week's outline was so meth-fueled and confused, I couldn't even get myself to do a proper intro that night. Instead, it's almost a week later. I'm in a hotel in New York City. I may have been #MeToo'd by a woman looking to steal my phone, and I'm still a little confused about exactly what we discussed. So I'm going to rattle off some sentences that simply don't make sense. Few of them are actual things we did discuss. The rest are things I just think about when I'm beating off on rented sheets while sitting in Queens. So here goes. Jesus really loved a good clam bake. Sorry, man, but could you kindly stop sucking my flaccid dick? Putin looks amazing in that Cabela's wall calendar. Pat Sajak's head now strongly resembles Vanna White's bush then. Hey, ever wanted a wife that says nothing and fucks on your schedule? Hey, we lost half our band to addiction. Let's sell tequila-infused bourbon. Remember, animals born in captivity don't really know they're in captivity. Think you got it, folks? Think again. Perhaps the only sentence that ever makes sense on this show, Maestro, hit my goddamn music.
All right, welcome back to Needless to Say. I'm Dave, and I'm here with two stiffs in the breeze.
Oh, boy.
That's how we welcome guests.
They are getting worse.
They're getting worse and worse.
It was a weather joke.
You can tell he was winded from grasping at straws.
It's getting worse.
Oh, my God.
I hope it gets better.
Hopefully.
Right. Well, I'm Brad. Yeah. And there's Craig. And who's that to my left?
I'm John. How's it going?
That's my cousin, by the way.
Dave's cousin, yeah.
Yeah, this morning, Dave was like, hey, we're going to bring Jonathan in. He's going to do a little bit of filming. I'm like, he's not going to be doing any filming. He's sitting down at this table. He's going to
have to record with
and then
us.
I'm going to have to put his picture on a fucking 6-foot banner in about a week and a half.
He came fully prepared to do some video recording for us.
So, yeah.
But Craig showed up with the equipment uncharged.
And then I was immediately critiqued for everything I did.
When I look at your face, I actually think of the word discharge.
Yeah.
Which is what you do to all your fucking batteries apparently 6 hours before you show up here.
I brought 5 items.
And the 5 of them together are 35% charged. If you add them all up.
All fucking week, he's like, oh no, Dave, try this tablet. It'll be better. You don't have to stare at your phone with the tiny font because we all have your vision.
Yeah.
I know moles with better vision than you do.
I turned on this tablet and the font looked like the buttons on a phone you give to your grandparents. Like you have to push the numbers with 2 hands.
Got yourself a fucking jitterbug tablet, did you?
If I wanted to type a sentence, I'd have to jump on it like Tom Hanks in Big in that giant piano.
It's got 7 emergency 911 buttons.
Man, I have bad eyes. What do you want?
Bad memory, bad taste in clothes, movies, actors.
Fuck you guys.
How much memory do we have on the Zoom, or is that not charged?
No, it's all set. It's ready to go.
Actually, while we're on this, Craig, what's up with this hoodie? You look like the guy that raped and killed Bambi.
Yeah, right? No, it was given to me. I thought it was going to be cold in here. I was wrong. It's not. It's pretty warm in here. It's comfortable. I'm actually considering taking this fucking thing off because I'm sweating right now.
Well, take it off for other reasons.
No.
Throw it out in the woods where we can't see it. It's this weird camouflage thing.
It's a hunting.
You look like
hoodie.
a brush pile that someone forgot to light.
It's a hunting hoodie, and that's why I wanted something warm without being a big bulky jacket. And that's what I brought. And now I'm sweating my balls off.
That's right. Craig, the sweaty blind fire pit.
All right, we got anything to talk about this week, you pricks?
We're talking about it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm fine with this. Let's just keep doing this for 2 hours.
It's been 3.5 minutes.
We got plenty of time to fill.
All right, he's right. Let's
What kind of
introduce.
shoes are you wearing?
Let's introduce Jonathan,
Okay.
and then let's come back to this sweatshirt. We're not done with this yet. But all right, Jonathan, since you were here to film and stay out of the way, tell us about yourself.
I'm Dave's cousin. That's all you need to know.
But is that what your resume says?
That's what it says. I hang out in my mother's basement making flat Earth videos. Apparently. Thank you for that.
That's why I wore this camouflage thing, so nobody can see me hiding his body in the woods later. No.
Just roll it off the edge.
It's going to be a hell of a eulogy, though. He was Dave's cousin.
Yeah. That's it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it was flat.
He doesn't look anything like me.
Thank God for small flavors.
Yeah, no, we always joked about our family photos. Like my side of the family, the picture just hung lower.
Perpetually crooked.
Yep. Every picture listed to the left. No, we brought Jonathan because he was going to help us out with doing some video and maybe taking some pictures and stuff for us. And,
Yeah.
And like I said, he came prepared. The equipment, however, not so much.
We could throw it on a charger. It won't take long.
Okay. Yet it remains unplugged in, not charged.
I'll
But
take
since-
some pictures or something.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
All right.
Well, since you're in front of the microphone, you might as well just stay.
Well, he's also he's an artist. He was sketching stuff, which is awesome. You know, so we got some cool stuff going on, some cool stuff happening.
You might actually enjoy it. Manny's actually still doing things from episode 5.
Yeah.
He's sitting in his basement right now, in his head, still recording this. And when it finally gets live, it's going to be outstanding.
Still thinking that fucking platypus fly.
Yeah. One of his better moments. Manny, come to my house. It's been a year.
Yeah.
Anybody who hasn't been to my house by now, you're pathetic. Seriously, we don't have that many friends. Get the fuck over here. But anyway, so how was everybody's week?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Did you go out and buy power cords this week?
Yeah.
Should invest in a USB cable company?
Yeah. I haven't complained about work in a while. I'm not going to get into it, but it's been rough, man. They're
Why?
trying to kill me because I'm going out for surgery in a few weeks. So I'll be out for...
Testicular implants?
Yes. I'll be out from... I'm getting an addictomy.
Again?
Yep. I'm getting getting surgery on my hand, so I'll be out for like 3 weeks to a month. And they're just bombarding us. They're just like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this before you're gone? Can you do this? Can you get that done? And it's just been stressful.
Just trying to get as many
yeah.
hand jobs in as they can before you're out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But other than that, finally got you guys sucked into watching movies.
Fucking bad movies.
Actually, before that, real quick, blessed Yom Kippur to you, Craig.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and happy Columbus Day to you, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day.
What I was going to say is they call it Happy Genocide Day.
Yeah.
Do you see in D.C. they're actually calling it Indigenous Peoples Day
Yeah.
now? And then
Really?
on Sunday they go cheer on the Redskins. But Craig, you were saying.
No, that was, I mean, other than that, it's just been a long, stressful week. I was just kind of getting home late, going to bed early, and not sleeping. 'Cause I'm stressed thinking what I got to do tomorrow.
Oh, that's the
every
worst.
day. Every day was like having 3 different places to go, trying to, and piecemealing jobs. Like, I'll go and do a little bit, and then tomorrow at the end of the day, I'll go and do a little bit more, and do, and go there early the next day and try to get some more done. It's just been.
Can you say the name of your company so people know not to hire you?
No.
All right, so what movies did you watch? You guys were going to get into that. You've got us all into this weird bad movie trip.
I love bad movies, man. What'd you guys watch?
Oh, I've been watching all kinds of shit. But yesterday I watched The Queen of Outer Space. But that but that was from 1957.
Oh, no,
so
that doesn't
you know what
count.
I mean?
That's something I would watch.
Yeah, like I watched that. I watched that movie Annabelle.
Oh, see,
which isn't
Rand likes
a ba-
that.
It's not a bad. It's not one of my typical bad movies.
Yeah.
I was like, this movie sucks. It wasn't that great. I mean, it was okay. It had potential, but they just relied too heavily on like jump scares. Like everything was a jump scare. So I was like, hey, you're losing me on this. You know, I don't like that.
Well, it came from what? The Conjuring, which is based on actual events with the air quotes.
Yeah, with air quotes.
But it wasn't so much a jump scare type movie. It was more like
a little bit
creepy.
creepier.
Yeah. And this was just like, it was not even a side character. You know, it was a doll.
A possessed doll that looked creepy.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Today I started watching The Gate from like the late 80s. Steven Dorff's first movie.
Yeah.
He was a little kid. He was like 10.
That's a great movie.
Which is an important milestone for all the Steven Dorff fans.
That's right.
Listening in right now.
I watched it. It's good.
It is good,
Yeah. I get about 45 minutes into it.
Did you?
Yeah.
What part were you up to?
It was after the boyfriend throws the dog in the hole in the backyard and all the shit starts happening.
And all the stuff starts happening. Yeah. It gets way better.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Of course it doesn't.
It does. It's got some creepy stuff in it, though.
Yeah.
It's all right.
You got to check out The Gate 2.
I haven't seen that one.
They forget to lock it.
Not many have.
What was the working title? Like The Gate on the Other Side of the House?
Yeah.
Another gate.
Another gate. Yeah.
The back gate.
Creaky gate.
No need to get political.
No.
I beat you all this week. I actually watched what I thought was going to be a tour de force from Dolph Lundgren in Shark Lake.
You continued the shark theme from last week.
I kept going with sharks. It started with Shark Exorcist. I got 20 minutes into Shark Exorcist. Now, like, I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again. The movies aren't funny if they're self-aware.
Right.
Like, they know they're being stupid, and to me, that takes all the fun out of it. But when they think they're making something genuinely scary and it's so pathetically bad, you see boom mics everywhere.
Right.
This one was filmed entirely inside what I can only imagine is a public fountain. Because the water was 2 feet deep, and then you watch this woman at one point, she pretends to be drowning, and you can see the bottom of the water. And she's just thrashing about, complaining about a shark biting her that is clearly nowhere near her, because it's not in the shot at all. But she's grabbing her leg. Next thing you know, she's covered in ketchup, dead on the side. She managed to pull herself out of the water. Nobody else did, but they found her about 4 feet from the site of the crime. Again, covered in ketchup, all over her face initially, because when you bleed out at the bottom of your knee,
Of course.
it automatically gets on your
From
face.
all the violent splashing.
I can only imagine, well, that and the fact that she looked like an absolute whore, so she was bendy. She like fucking Gumby, and somebody definitely pokeyed her. That's for sure. But that aside, so I got about 20, 25 minutes into that one, and there was a nun in the beginning of the movie that almost made it worthwhile, because she was the hammiest over actor ever, and she was a nun that turned to Satan, and she decided to put satanic red-eyed sharks inside this public fountain.
Did they have freaking laser beams attached to their foreheads?
I imagine the sequel will get there.
Yeah.
But I ended up with Shark Lake because that movie was projected to be a real theater movie. They made it on a budget. It was done on film, and they had actors you've seen before.
Did we talk about this last week where the poster was like a real legit looking
Yeah,
poster?
yeah.
And-
Legit.
Well, it has him
Yeah.
introspectively looking down into the water.
Right.
Yes, because he's Dolph.
Of course.
The only Dolph that matters, right? So I got about 40 minutes into this one, and I realized this wasn't actually a shark movie until the very end. It was a movie where he was a former hitman, and he decided that he was also raising sharks for fun, and they told him he couldn't do it anymore. And so he put it in the lake, and that was his capital crime. He put a shark
What a
inside the
premise.
lake, and then Shark Lake happens. And I tapped out. But I made it almost all the way through Shark Lake, and that's the only thing I have
You
to
have to
contribute
watch
to
them to the end.
So you didn't
gotta-
see the Shark Lake or
Yeah.
the exorcism of the shark in
Well-
either of those movies.
Well, I don't think we were going to see a shark exorcism, because what happens when you undemonize a shark? It's still going to fucking eat you.
It's still a shark.
It's still not a friendly animal.
It's just in you because it's hungry now.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like riding off under a rainbow somewhere. It's a fucking shark. It's still mean, and it's still in that public fountain. Don't throw pennies in
Those
there.
fucking things will follow you to the Bahamas.
Oh, please. Michael Caine's quote about that movie is the greatest thing ever. They're like, "Do you ever see Jaws 4?" He's like, "No, but I saw the house it bought me."
Yeah.
And I think that's a fantastic fucking quote from a guy who had no business making this movie. And honestly, Mr. Van Peebles, you made some good movies too. Tap out of this one. A shark with a vendetta against one family in New England. I'll kill you on Christmas. I will kill your son on Christmas, and then follow your ugly hag of a mom all the way to the fucking Bahamas.
Yep.
Then fuck the climate, fuck the water temperature. I'm going down there, 19-foot great white attacking kids on a banana boat.
He gets killed by a flashlight.
Yes. But when she looked at the end and said, "Smile, you son of a bitch," I'm like, blasphemy.
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, I'm going off the shark theme now. There is a whole lineup of bat-themed movies. And I think we'll do that. And then maybe I'll do the classic Kingdom of the Spiders this week and invite Craig over.
No. I'm going to watch zombie beavers.
This is either a B movie or a porn.
I think it's both.
How great of a porn would that be? Bunch of pussies just laying there.
Actually, if you look at the cover, it's a girl spread eagle, and there's a beaver coming up like Jaws.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, my.
If I remember correctly. I just came across it, flipping through the chest, like, oh, next.
It's like whack-a-whore.
Yeah.
I'd love it if the pussies did nothing but just go,
Just two big teeth.
I love those movies, though. I love that.
But that's the
Can't
problem.
be-
Now we're starting to watch them to watch them.
Yeah.
Not because you said, "Hey, I saw this awful movie." We're actively seeking them out now.
I know.
I hate you.
It's kind of become a pissing contest. Like
Right.
we're all looking at each
Who
other.
can find the worst movie
Yeah.
now?
And now I'm going to watch this at work. Me and Dave have that ability.
Yeah.
We can sit there and be like, "Yeah, all right, I'll put zombie beavers on."
Yeah.
And then start texting you guys immediately when I'm supposed to be earning that paycheck they give me every 2 weeks. But anyway, Dave, how was your week, my friend?
I got into a philosophical debate with my wife about cartoons.
All right.
Nice.
No, it's not cool
Sounds great.
cartoons. So we're we're watching we're having dinner and we're feeding the 2-year-old and we put a cartoon on for her, and it's Blaze and the Monster Machines. It's like a Nick Jr. show.
Yeah.
It's for little kids. But she says, "I hate this cartoon." I said, "Why?" She goes, "It's stupid." I looked at her and I said, "What makes it stupid?" She goes, "It doesn't make sense." And I said, "Tell me a cartoon that makes sense. I'll wait." And she's like, "How about Butterbean's Cafe?" "Oh, 3-inch fairies serving bakery goods to squirrels and chipmunks with 2 retarded monkeys across the brook that make stupid pies. That makes sense."
You
It's
racist,
cute.
you racist fuck. It's always the monkeys.
Yeah.
Well,
They have no business making pies.
the banana fits. So we got in this debate about cartoons. Like, well, they got to make sense. Like, no, they don't. That's why you make a cartoon.
That's what, yeah.
So you can do shit that doesn't make sense.
Like, my favorite cartoons, like, even right now, are just ridiculous.
Of course they are.
You know, and I mean, like, what the hell is that show that I was watching it? I haven't seen it in a while, but it's Adventure Time.
Oh, yeah.
Adventure Time is fantastic. It's hilarious, but it's just ridiculous.
But that's the point.
Yeah.
And then the shows that are geared for her age are bright colors.
Yeah.
They're simple.
They're not
Yeah.
They teach lessons, like that sort of stuff. But the older you get and the different shows you watch, they're all ridiculous in their own way.
What's that one with the 2 rabbits? One of the little rabbit kid doesn't talk.
Max and Ruby.
Max and Ruby. Now,
I
the
hate that
only
show.
lesson they're teaching is that
it doesn't
fucking
make
Max is a douchebag.
Yeah.
And the kid's an asshole.
It's like Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
Peppa's a dick.
Just an asshole. He
She's
does
a
nothing.
spoiled little kid.
Yeah.
I hate it. Every day I watch it. Fucking cartoons. She does like Teen Titans, though. The Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans is fun.
All
I'm
right.
good with that one.
That's a good one.
I think that's one of the funniest shows, period.
I'll
on
watch
TV.
that on my own.
Funny as hell.
I'm good with that
We
one.
took
I
our kids to
watched
see The Incredibles, and they had the preview for that movie, and I was already getting in line to go see that.
Oh, yeah.
Because The Incredibles bored this shit out of me, but whatever.
No, Teen Titans is good.
Yeah, it's fun,
Yeah.
but also ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
thought
the
my
point.
kid was racist, too. I was funny. I was thinking back to your story from a few weeks ago, and you talked about how your kid colored the driver.
The bus driver black and
Yeah,
the
and
passenger's
everybody
white.
else
Yeah,
My kid there was this one classic Christmas videos, and it was all cartoons from the 20s and 30s. And I hate to say it, but it was all like the fucking Sambo things back then.
Yeah.
And the giant lips and all the stereotypes you can imagine. And this is the only video she watched. This was like on repeat in my house forever. I mean, we were at that point, we were getting siding done, I believe, by George.
He probably would have loved it.
Oh, wow, he would, for sure. I would notice he spent a lot of time peering in the window. Yeah. But anybody that just came over my house on a whim was like, what are you showing your children? It was like basically a whole bunch of white kids, and then they had a black kid, and then they tried to wash the black kid. You know, one of those basins that we all grew up thinking those were bathtubs.
Yeah.
Not everybody in the 40s had a fucking basin in their basement that they bathed children in. But that's what we thought because of these cartoons. So in case you're just getting into the episode, no, I'm not a racist, but this is actually what happened. Disclaimer over.
It couldn't be as bad as Song of the South from Disney.
Oh, my God.
Brutal.
They throw the tar baby into the briar patch.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad.
It is.
Yeah. It's wicked bad. They've like vaulted that movie.
Yep.
You can't even, it's tough to find clips of it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, it's hermetically sealed now.
Yeah,
That one ain't making an appearance on VHS.
No.
Walt Disney's head and that video
Yeah. Yeah.
in the same glass jar.
Yep. Well, I mean, look at Huckleberry Finn.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
We're going to get into this
I mean,
debate?
well, what is it? What's the name of the book?
The Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. How racist is that?
Well, that was the time.
Yeah.
His best friend was Jim the slave.
Yeah, but I mean, that's something that they're like, oh, you have to read that in school. Well, I don't know if they do that anymore, but I did. Like, oh, you're going to read the adventures of this wicked racist kid.
Do you think it'd be more racist if they just blacked out all the lines that were racist?
It'd be funnier.
Yeah, so
I don't know what happened. They were on a river, then they were not.
they weren't, yeah.
It's like, this kid was painting a fence and then everything's all done. What happened?
Why is there a word blacked out before Jim every time they say his name? What's happening?
I'm just calling you Black Jim now because that's the color of the line.
African American Jim? What's happening?
What's going on?
Probably more accurate for Jim than anyone else right now. I'm teetering on a line.
It doesn't matter. I just basically called my child a racist. Which is
But she grew out of it.
well,
She grew out of her racism.
learned.
She learned. That's right.
She learned because we deleted the video. I was getting tired of it anyway because back in those old 20s cartoons, they kept doing it on a loop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like those kids would be all working, but that was it too. It was like a baby factory. It was like an orphanage, and they were all in there waiting, and they were all wondering if Santa was going to show up at the orphanage.
Yep.
And it seemed like only the black kids were working. It was really bad. It was really fucking bad. So 2 out of the 3 people on the show have racist kids, and Craig would have.
Craig just is a racist.
Craig would have.
He's making up for his lost progeny.
Craig just hangs out on corners waiting for them to show up. Jonathan, how was your week or the last 80? How are you?
All fine. A lot of great flat Earth videos. Getting a lot of views. I think people are coming around. I think they're coming around. They'll
Coming
realize.
around, an odd choice of words.
Yeah. Well, all right. It's like a plate. It's round, not spherical.
Yep, it is.
They're coming around the corner, not over the hill.
I'd love it if the flat Earth was actually just shaped like Florida, and we were just a giant dick hurtling through space.
That flat Earth shit, man. That shit's wild.
Oh, get him going, by all means.
Oh, no.
Tell me about it, Craig.
I don't want to get into it.
Sing it, buddy.
I'm going to get mad. And it's too early in the show. I fucking hate them all.
It's crazy, man.
They're insane. I was yelling at one of them this morning on fucking Facebook again.
What'd you do?
No, I didn't do
them.
anything. I engaged them because
What?
he
All
was
right.
being
What did they do
stupid.
to provoke you?
And the
Existed.
Earth was flat. No, they said space didn't exist. That was his comment.
No, it's not up there.
Yeah,
There's
so
nothing
I
there.
just fucking, I'm like, really? I went off. I was just like,
What do they
Now
think the moon
getting,
is?
Now I'm not even like arguing points. I'm just like, you're a fucking retard. And that's pretty much it.
What a magical world they live in, man. Must be nice.
Yeah, and then they like, you sheep, whatever, you sheeple. Believe everything NASA tells you.
Sheeple.
Yeah, believe the only people that actually went up there.
Yeah.
And confirmed it and then went around it.
Yeah.
But no, did anybody think, you know what, let's take one of our satellites and go under the flat Earth? Like, why are we not doing this? Let's go check out the dark side of the Earth.
NASA's, you can't get into space, apparently. According to them, you can't get into space because of the firmament. There's a dome.
Fuck?
There's a dome.
And everything's just drawn on the dome?
Pretty much.
Why
The
are you
moon is
asking?
just drawn
Why
on
are you
there?
asking? I thought you made these videos.
Well, I think space is there.
And I
The
know
Earth's
it-
just flat.
According to you, it's properly lit too.
It is. It's very The moon is a giant reflector, so you got good light. That's what it's for.
No, so we're in a big like snow globe.
Yeah,
what they're
basically. Yeah. Yep.
The firmament.
Yep.
Firmament.
Nobody at this table has been accused of having a firmament.
But it's so they're just
insane.
it's insane. It's an insane fucking thing, and it's all and everything to them is NASA. It's NASA's fault.
Yeah, because
You know.
NASA has so much to gain by
yeah.
lying to us
And
about space existing.
and everybody else in the world, and every
What the fuck?
fucking amateur astronomer and all these people are just
If there are no satellites, okay, even from like Russian satellites,
yeah,
then how did we get the pictures of Putin this week?
right, exactly.
Jonathan's new here. That's called the transition.
No, let's get the fuck off this topic and talk about something else.
Yeah, so what Brad's referring to is Vladimir Putin had a forest photo shoot
Yes,
in Siberia for his birthday.
that's why I was inspired today. That's why.
It was the most it looked like he was making a bunch of Hallmark cards.
It was for the obligatory fall calendar, so there
Yeah.
was no shirtless ones this time around.
They were close. There's
wasn't
a few of him
shirtless.
posing like on a rock near a cliff. Oh yeah, they were
He
unbelievable.
was laying on the rocks. That was my favorite picture. The way he was laying on the rocks, it looked like somebody just pushed a cripple out of the wheelchair, and he was trying to get himself back up.
He looked like Bran waiting for Hodor.
His legs looked fucking dead, like on the rocks. Like he was like propping his upper body up with his hands. I was like, what the
He looked like when you tried to sit a Ken doll down.
yes.
It's like one when Kramer put on those jeans that were too tight.
Yes.
He couldn't bend his knees. Yeah.
Look natural, Vlad.
Yeah.
But they had some like far away shots of like him in chairs, like sitting under a tree with someone else, like they were like having conversations about nature.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And
he
I
was
love
very
I
introspective.
loved how they called them all candids, but every single one of them was staring directly at the camera
Mugging the
with
whole time.
makeup.
Yeah.
You know, and looking perfect, like perfect lighting, everything.
Yeah, that lighting was great.
The lighting was great, right, Jonathan? But it was so stupid because I always bring a photographer on, a professional photographer with me everywhere I go, especially camping.
It was just amazing. I still don't understand what the purpose is. Obviously, it's some kind of propaganda, but
It's exactly what it is. They're trying to paint him off as the world's leader. They're trying to paint him off as an everyman. I mean, you know, are we not guilty of this? How many
it's the
videos did we
same-
watch of Obama sinking jump shots?
Yeah, and George W. carrying brush from the other side of his fucking ranch.
Yeah, and who shot the guy? And it was it Dick Cheney that shot somebody in the head?
yeah.
Yeah, but nobody caught that one.
No one,
No.
Yeah, that one wasn't on film. He shot the guy in the face with his quail gun. Our vice president shot his friend in the face.
Oh, but Bill Clinton got Big Macs. I mean, we try to like humanize our leaders, and I guess that's what they were doing. They're trying to soften their image a little bit. But there's no way in hell that was even filmed in Russia.
No.
They made it seem like he was. They said he was in Siberia.
Yeah.
That is not Siberia. I'm sorry. I've heard enough about Siberia. Have I been? No. But I'm pretty sure it's a giant rocky tundra. And he's in this gorgeous place, like right out of a J. Crew catalog. You know, so I don't know.
I mean, there could be areas. Siberia is pretty fucking big. You know?
But he didn't
So
find
there
the
could be-
one perfect locale for this shot. Somebody was scoping it out, and it was filmed probably 3 countries away.
Yeah.
He had a whole division of his army out there shoveling snow for 2 weeks
Right.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
Make it green.
It better be green when I get there, motherfuckers.
It was like Cinderella. They're all painting the bushes.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It was so stupid.
But I guess what I was wondering about is how do they promote these pictures? Like, where do they come out?
Yeah.
So like, you mentioned like Obama shooting hoops or Clinton grabbing Big Mac or something. But those are like Clinton's out for a jog and he just ducks into a place, or Obama's out doing whatever. Like, they're doing something. He's not out camping. He didn't just go out for a hike and say, hey, grab these. Like you said, he's fully posed for these pictures.
He's posed for all the pictures.
How do you promote them?
You don't think he went camping with his camera crew and his hostages?
And his hostages.
They're all liked by Kim Jong-un.
I think there's a calendar that they put out, and then they check to see if you have it hanging in your home, and if you don't,
Yeah. Yep.
well, they have an expected ending. But
That motherfucker. What's the population of Russia? Because that's exactly how many likes he got in his Facebook.
Exactly how many they sold.
Who is the one that did not like the picture? Find him now.
it's amazing. It's my second Dolph Lundgren reference of the night, but I couldn't have, it wouldn't have been any less perfect if you didn't see Drago running up a hill behind him.
Yeah.
Like new Drago, not old Drago.
I'm surprised he wasn't carrying a tree trunk on his shoulders.
Yeah. Right. Look how strong he is. A strong leader.
Ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
I can't wait for it to come out, though, because then we know Trump's going to be off Twitter because he's too busy beating off. He hasn't beat off to anything like this since his daughter's pictures first came out. Like he doesn't want to fuck Ivanka. Give me a break.
Like the candid shots of Trump pushing the black family out of his apartment buildings.
In his natural habitat.
Looking
Looking wistfully at the empty tenement.
this candid shot of him grabbing that chick by the pussy.
Like it was a game bird.
Oh, shit.
Does anybody know what Scott Baio has to say about this? It's been a while since we heard from Baio.
This fucking got paid for by taxes.
Someone paid for it.
Someone
It wasn't
paid for
him.
it. It wasn't him.
Yeah, that's right. Someone paid for
You know,
that.
paid for it, the first 4 photographers.
Yeah, right.
Make my knee bend look real.
It looked like his legs didn't work. He was fucking laying there.
It's like Lieutenant Dan out in the wilderness.
Those clothes were not in the Putin collection.
Yes, look.
It's so ridiculous.
I've never sat on rock before.
Oh my God, these are amazing.
Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, I mean, you got to do it. They got to do it.
Just waiting for Putin's shot-for-shot remake of Commando.
Right.
To show how much of a badass he is.
Just walks up to his entire army. You're one ugly motherfucker. Oh, no, wait, that was Predator.
Yeah,
Fuck. You can take that out later. Commando was the one where Alyssa Milano was just getting hot.
Yeah.
No, dude, she was like 12.
But I was 12 when it came out,
Yeah,
so it was
right,
totally
right,
okay.
That's okay.
I remember that. I was all excited. I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
It's the same thing I do to her now, except less hair.
His name was John Matrix in that movie.
Yeah. Yep.
On Matrix.
Matrix.
That's one I don't remember. I read they kidnapped her for some reason.
Let off some steam.
Yeah. Bennett, who was also the bad guy from The Road Warrior.
Yes.
Yep.
That was a good fucking movie.
Yep. Yeah, that was a great movie. That was one of the highest body counts in movie history up until the last few years.
Oh yeah, he killed people with fucking table saw blades.
Oh, everything.
Everything. It was insane. I love that movie.
I have to
It was
go
a
revisit
great
this
movie.
one. I might have to go find this one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Bill Duke was in it.
Yeah.
What's his
I
name?
ate green berets for breakfast.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I would have
then,
tapped out right there.
Oh, it was amazing. Then he smashed that through like the glass cubes in the hotel room.
There are certain catchphrases that people say all the time. I eat X for breakfast is one of them that'll immediately make me tap out.
No.
Anytime somebody says this is like the blank on crack, I tap the fuck out. Because to me,
I ain't got time to bleed.
That's a good one.
that is a good one. I tell you, Pain Don't Hurt would have probably put me over. Because now every time I go back and watch Roadhouse twice a week, I'm looking for it now, and it's taking some serious fun out of it for me. But fucking Sam Elliott, how do you go wrong? I mean, this guy's just the best.
I don't know. Jesse Ventura had some good lines in that movie, though.
Yeah.
I'm a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
When in Predator, there was that one line where he just goes, "What the fuck?" And it was like he's like, "Wow, I'm not in the WWF anymore. I can say fuck." And he looked like he enjoyed that moment way too much. And
I'm a governor. Let me in. What are you doing in this facility? I don't understand. I'm a governor. I need to know these secrets. He had that fucking conspiracy show.
He lost his mind.
Yeah, he did.
He grew out that.
He lost his mind. He was a pro wrestler that wore feathers in his ears.
and fucking scarves like
and boas. Yeah, he wore feathered boas.
Feathered boas.
From all the naturally neon pink birds in the wild. That somehow the state of Minnesota, where Craig's teams play, somehow said, yeah, he's the best option.
Yeah.
But then again, think about who we got in office right now.
Yeah.
Putin just sat on a rock and couldn't bend his legs. And still not the most embarrassing world leader this week.
That's true. Yeah.
Actually, I don't even think he cracks the top 3.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some guy in the Middle East kind of fucking it up.
Yeah, there might be one or two.
Wait, hold up. No, they got rid of one of them. Let's move along. We're sounding uneducated.
No, Craig made a point. Like, someone was paying for that photo shoot. It wasn't a bunch of candidates. It was obviously staged. So they spent money, and it was everybody else's money but his.
Yeah.
So, like, but he wasn't the only person spending money on ridiculous things.
All right, but I mean, but just to cap that off, our president plays golf at the tune of $1.2 billion so far.
That's true.
Okay, I mean,
at his own club.
Yeah, he's paying way too much to play golf
at
a club that has his name on it.
Yeah.
He's going to write it off on his taxes. That's why I won't release them.
Yep.
I have no doubt. All right, but you were making a point in a better transition.
No, I was just saying someone paid for this stuff. It's ridiculous, right? They paid for it, and it wasn't the person doing it. Now, there are other people spending money that's not theirs in ways that they shouldn't be spending it.
Agreed.
And one of the stories that we had was this college professor. Here's the headline that we came across. College professor spends nearly $190,000 in federal grants on strip clubs and sports bars.
It still comes back to a corrupt government.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What else are you going to spend it on?
Books?
No, if it was just $190, okay, he had a weekend.
Right.
But no, he made a career out of this. This went on for years.
It went on for years.
And at the same club, you think you'd distribute it a little bit.
No, it was 3 clubs. One was called Cheerleaders. And the other 2 had ridiculous names too. Not Beef, not Tom Segura. But
Still the best strip club.
Club Risque and the Takani Club.
The Takani Club, yeah.
Ooh, that seems like a high class kind of joint.
But I love the fact that one of them is called Cheerleaders.
Ironic that he worked for a school with no sports program.
But here's the fun thing. Not only did he write them off for goods and services by Cheerleaders, Club Risque, and Takani Club, but he made personal iTunes purchases.
Yeah. Yep.
He had his own soundtrack for whatever was going on stage. He had the best fucking strip club playlist at Cheerleaders.
That guy spent $190,000 at strip.
Well, have you gone to a good strip club? Not that hard to do.
That was my thing, because he was doing research for, it was naval technology, and what was the other thing again?
Presidential photo shoots.
Yeah, president.
He was supposed to spend the grants, which came from
on
the
energy.
Navy and the Department of Energy.
Yeah, the Department of Energy and Naval Technology.
Yeah.
So I was assuming maybe he was doing research. Maybe he was trying to figure out how much energy friction produces.
Nice.
You know?
If she spins around the pole at this speed.
If you're both wearing corduroys.
Lube versus no lube.
Yeah. jogging pants. If I go in wearing jeans or jogging pants, which produces the highest count.
Does glitter create traction?
1 billion gigawatts.
Gigawatts.
Jigglewatts, thank you.
Did I steal your joke?
I was going to say I couldn't get it out, but
And then maybe the naval technology is just trying to keep like sailors' pants dry. Like
Maybe he just spelled navel wrong and he's staring at belly buttons all the time. I don't even know. Terrible joke, but had to be said.
he's just been dry humping girls' stomachs for 5 years. 10 years he did this. 10 years.
Well,
This
I
went
mean,
on.
after like 3, you got to figure you're in the clear.
Yeah.
If they haven't caught me by now,
Right.
if Drexel, okay, which is like the fucking Harvard of Drexel. I got a bit of a thing. My ex-girlfriend went to Drexel. And that's a school that's famous for their internships. They have like a co-op program. That was what got them in. They basically place you in jobs before you even graduate.
they're all like cheerleaders.
Not if you saw them. They were at wannabe cheerleaders. Or that I hate the cheerleaders and want to shoot the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
3 other clubs in the vicinity of Drexel.
They all got placed at linebackers, it sounds like.
Sounds like it sounds like a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Drexel's going on to Drexel's. You gotta give me some aspirin and some Band-Aids. What the fuck?
Based on the girls my ex hung out with, and my ex for that matter, they're not tight ends, they're loose ends. And I left her untied, so that's what matters. But no, the school is so big on getting you out of the school that's how they invite you in. They're like, yeah, come in, enjoy your 4 years at Drexel, but 2 years in, we're shooting you out into the real world. That's their whole hook. This guy worked for a school that was really focused on careers and advancing people quicker. How did they let him get by?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they turned him in. They actually
after a decade.
10 years.
Yeah.
That's 10 graduating classes of new waitresses at cheerleaders.
He was advancing their careers at cheerleaders.
So my thing is, how much was the grant money? Like, how much was he provided in grant money where he was like, because you figure if it went over 10 years, spending like...
He probably got a $50,000 annual grant. So
he's like 10 of that he was spending at the strip club, and the other stuff he was like, oh, let me
he's no dummy.
I'm educating people.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he started dabbling. I can take 5% of
It
this.
probably
Yeah.
increased every year.
Well, once he realized nobody was fucking monitoring or auditing
he
him.
bought a couple of iTunes, nobody said nothing.
And if iTunes was the biggest crime, I don't think we'd be reading this article right now. $190,000 on strippers that he probably taught.
Yep.
I remember you from 3rd period.
Yeah.
Not the class time, your 3rd period.
God. Why?
You got me going with Alyssa Milano at 12.
That was right before her first period.
Oh, my God.
I remember being jealous of Tony Danza because he got to buy her first bra. The one with the bow in the middle, like Marcy.
Marcy.
That little Brooklyn accent that you just wanted to shove your prepubescent dick into. My wall was like Alyssa land. My parents are like, it's great that he's got a crush. I'm like, I'm spanking it. How are you not catching on to this? I'm tearing. My sister used to buy like Bop and Tiger Beat.
Yeah.
And they had all the pictures. It was like 90% Kirk Cameron and 10% everybody else.
Yeah.
And there was always an Alyssa Milano photo in there. Every magazine she had in her collection had shreds in it for me ripping out Alyssa Milano and taping them to my wall. And my mom's like, oh, it's so cute. He's got a crush. Yeah, that's what
He's got a crush. These socks are so stiff. He's using an awful lot of hand lotion.
This segment brought to you by Lubriderm.
Brad's socks are standing up like their boots.
Well, that was it. Saved a lot of room in the closet. I was the only guy to store my underwear and socks in the closet.
Like file folders.
No, you can open those. The amount of baby batter that happened because of Who's the Boss, it's not even funny.
Oh, Jesus. That's the worst word ever.
Oh, you mean like what Dave did to your cousin?
Oh, Jesus.
Craig, thanks for playing tonight. It's been great hanging out with you. All this because of the instructor that took the grant money. We haven't even gotten to his fucking name yet.
No, what is his name?
It would be Chica. No, wait, I'm sorry.
Excuse me?
I prepped for this all week and I still can't get it.
Naga. Not going to work here anymore.
Chikau Dinaka D. I don't know what the D stands for, but it must be 90 characters for him to abbreviate his middle name.
Yep.
Chika Dinaka D and Wakpa. And I'm thinking he doesn't get many song fucking call-outs on the radio. Call it a hunch.
I bet his defense team be like, I tried to pay the government back, but they just wouldn't reply to my cousin's emails.
Every time he calls up, he's like, hello.
Yeah.
I have some information for you. I'd like to click. To keep hanging up on
Send me $1,000 and I'll pay you back. Fucking ridiculous.
Did you guys happen to catch the Drexel motto?
No.
It was called Ambition Can't Wait. And apparently neither can their professor. It's right on their website. I went there just checking it out. I wanted to see what Drexel had to offer in 2019. And it's the same fucking school. But their big banner was Ambition Can't Wait. And I'm like, you're goddamn right.
No, we can't.
They put him on administrative leave. And then he resigned
He
immediately.
resigned, but he paid back $53,000.
That's right.
Right away.
Or 7 lap dances.
Or 7, yeah.
He was negotiating the whole fucking thing. Right. Fucking filthy pig. I mean, actually, let me ask you guys, do you like strip clubs? I had a daughter, so it kind of ruined it for me. I can't enjoy them anymore. I just come here and make bad jokes, but
I only, it depends. Like for a bachelor party, then it's fun. Because then you're going, you know.
Because then it's
titties
not
in
somebody's
there,
daughter up there?
And, yeah, no, I don't care about that.
No, it's more an event.
It's more of an event. You're hanging out. You're like, look at the tits. Slap them. Fucking stick, stick a quarter on her ass. You know? Then you get kicked out and shit.
Craig spending all this flooring grant money on there.
But you know, like that's different. But to go to a strip club, like
Just to go.
like I'm gonna make a night of it. No, what the fuck?
Night of it. You got to go at breakfast.
I was going to say, I've met people that'll go grab
Yeah.
lunch, grab a bite. Like, I'm going to grab a bite over at Foxy. Bye.
But I don't want to eat.
I don't know.
No, I don't want to eat.
Oh, yeah. The Legs and Eggs crowd is fun.
But that's the thing. Like, some people go there like it's the town bar.
It's the bar,
Yeah.
yeah. And, you know, I knew people. My uncle, my God, he worked on the naval base in Norfolk, and my mom sent me down for 2 weeks to spend
Doing research?
working time. Every
Doing
day,
research.
him and all of his buddies were at the bar every day, drinking heavily.
God.
And then coming back and making major decisions about naval aircraft carriers.
Yeah, give this African guy a bunch of money. He'll figure it out.
He's got a nice resume. But he used to bring me in there, 15 years old, and I'm in a strip club, and he goes, here, give her a 5. Watch what she does. And that, so clearly he was a regular.
There's fucking ping pong balls popping out all over the place.
Take this paddle, son.
Yeah.
I gave her the 5, and it was supposed to be a topless only place, and she right in front, like
whipped her.
daylight coming in.
Yeah.
It was an overcast day, much like today, but there was enough brightness in the sky that it was coming in with the few natural windows that they had in this joint,
Yeah.
right next to a naval base in Norfolk. You can imagine how classy this place really was. I think it was called the Thirsty Camel or something. I got a T-shirt. I know that. I went home with a tie-dyed strip club T-shirt at 15 years old. And my uber Catholic mom was like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's a theme park." But she pulled her fucking cooch aside and let me just basically bury my face in there at 15 fucking years
Yeah.
old.
No, they don't give a shit.
My that was we have vacations that we remember, or at least Dave does.
Yeah.
But this was one for the ages.
Well, there was a place around here. It's closed now because it was awful. It was called, the worst part was called Mario's. But when you went in there, it was just a big open.
You have to go down a sewage tunnel too.
Whenever you go down, it comes up and bites you.
And you go in there.
Bunch of Goombas in there.
We went there for one of my buddy's bachelor parties. This is years ago. I was probably like 25 or 26. My buddy was getting married. We all went. And it was, you walk in. Now, you're expected to walk into a strip club. So when you walk in, it's got the double doors. So there's like the hallway.
Right.
You pay, you go in. And it's all dark. You open the doors. It's lit up like a fucking gymnasium. Right?
You hear the buzzing.
It's all fluorescent lights.
Oh.
It was like a big open room with fluorescent lights, and then these U-shaped couches, like back to back in sections. And the girls just danced on the floor. There was no stage, so they would just come around and dance, and it looked like a casting couch video. Everywhere you look, like it's just. And then they're like, "Oh, you want a massage? Like $20." And like, I can't see his tits if you're standing behind me.
When are we going to do the massage? After the Globetrotters stop practicing?
but it was
They like lay a bath towel on the floor. Hey, lay on that.
yeah. And I'm like, what? But it was just so ridiculous, and it was literally lit up. It was bright. It was like you were in Target.
Oh man.
How many bullseyes? Who cares? There's nothing like a fluorescent light to bring out every pimple on the ass of the
I know,
strippers.
God.
It was fucking disgusting.
And meth will do that. Meth will make you zitty looking.
Yep.
Will it?
So I've been told. I dated a girl at Drexel. Thought we established this already.
Mario's.
But
That's fucking fantastic. He rented a gym.
it was insane when you walked in. It was just fucking nuts, and it was only open for a few years.
Surprising.
I really.
but-
what?
Don't get me
Girls
wrong, though.
10, ambiance 2.
When we walked in there had to be 300 or 400 people in there
Oh my God.
because it was just huge.
Just in this giant open room.
Yeah, and
Oh.
there had to be like 30 or 40 girls walking around.
Oh, the smell.
It-
They probably had to open the locker rooms in that gym just to make it smell
it was
better.
so gross. I was like, this place is fucking gross.
It's all steamy and syphily in there. It's when vaping first started.
Oh, no.
She ever smoking a butt? She's like, you want to look at my ass?
Count the wrinkles.
One tit's bigger than the other because she's got a piercing and she's fucking 50. Thing's hanging down lower than the other one.
Affected.
But if that guy's got any money left,
Ooh,
he can have
Mario.
himself a good vacation.
Where? Where's he gonna have a good vacation?
Hey, he can rent the Goodyear blimp.
Well, it sounds like he was renting out the Goodyear blimp from what you just described.
Sounded like she worked second shift.
Yeah.
With the big hole letting all the air out.
If he's got any grant money left, this guy, he can go and have a good weekend. The Goodyear
Mario's?
blimp is now allowing you to rent out. Well, it's only for a limited time. But one of the blimps, you can rent it for the weekend like an Airbnb. They posted
Come on.
it. Yeah, they posted it on Airbnb.
Dude, I'm only doing that if I can have Harrison Ford throw me out the window and just yell no ticket.
Yeah.
It's so
Get
ironic.
off my blimp.
Yeah.
That would be worth it. This is an Airbnb for a thing that's supposed to fly, and that's the one thing it doesn't do.
Yeah.
Oh, what are they grounding it?
It's parked in a hangar.
So you get to spend a weekend on a tarmac.
That's like getting
In a
your kids
tiny
like,
room.
hey, we're gonna go camping in the living room.
It's basically what they did is they must have fired somebody, took the furniture out of his office, put it in the gondola, and said, "We're gonna rent this thing out."
They got file cabinets full of my socks.
Yeah.
The pilot doesn't get his license till next week. What are we gonna do with this blimp? What the fuck? So you rent it like a room on Airbnb,
Yep.
and you sleep inside the blimp inside of a hangar.
Well,
Yes.
there's more. Well, it's outside. And they actually
yeah.
set up an outdoor area. It's got like a AstroTurf, like the Brady's backyard.
A campsite.
It's got that set up, and they got a grill and then an open bar because you're not allowed to bring your own liquor for fear that you might get too loaded and climb the blimp.
And
Fly
not
the
only
blimp.
that, for the 3 days, you're not allowed to leave the premises.
What the fuck?
You can't leave the premises because it's located near an airport. Oh my. So you can't leave.
Yeah, you're basically have to be escorted in and escorted out, and you have to shit in a blimp that doesn't move. In the middle of like people in the fucking tower are looking at you having your $150 a night weekend.
Yeah.
On a patch of AstroTurf with a grill, an open bar.
Open bar.
And since it's in an airport, it's probably little tiny bottles.
It's like Goodyear goes Cousin Eddie is what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
This might be the most redneck thing. The pictures that they showed, they took like those really broad angle shots. It's clear that this isn't even an attractive apartment. I think Craig's right. I think they got like demo furniture from last year's Cardi's.
No shit.
Yeah.
They have an extra set.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. No doubt. They got that one floor unit
It's broken in.
that's got like a body shaped outline right in it. Bald
Some
head.
stains. Just flip the cushion.
I love that you could be standing out there and like someone walks up and sees you and they're like, "Hey, you a blimp pilot?" You're like, "No, but I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn last night."
By day 3, like I get that a lot.
God.
I can understand why you think I'm a blimp pilot standing outside this immobile blimp.
Blimp in my shorts, cooking a hamburger on some AstroTurf.
Dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Watching money fly out of my account at a record rate.
It's insane. It's
That
so
is bizarre, man.
fucking
Oh my
stupid.
God. It's like they set up like a camper at a campgrounds
Yeah.
with this blimp, and that's
Only
all
smaller.
it
It's
is.
just it's
'Cause
a
it's a
good
blimp.
Yeah.
If you want 4,000 tons of helium above your head while you sleep,
Yeah.
this is the answer. Other than that, camper.
You probably can't smoke either.
No.
Nah, you can't do anything in there. They probably won't let you any like. There's probably like the cockpit is going to be locked.
Right?
Of course it is.
You know, so it's even smaller now.
I would walk in there and just make Hindenburg jokes the entire time.
Right.
I'd just be walking in there like, what's that? No, there's no Heineken in the open bar. Oh, the humanity.
Yeah.
Hope it doesn't lightning tonight.
Yeah.
What the hell? Has
Yeah.
has anyone rented it yet? Do we know?
There's apparently a waiting list of people already
Come on.
because it's something to do.
It's a thing
It's
for
a
someone to
thing.
say.
Where's it
And-
stationed? I don't even know.
Do we know where it
Is
is?
it in
It's
Jersey
at
or
their,
something?
It's at their headquarters. I forgot where they said
gotta
their
be Jersey.
headquarters. is.
Gotta be Jersey.
But
Nothing
'Cause
reeks
they
of
have-
Jersey more than that.
what do they have? 4 of them or something?
Oh, they got more than that. They got a whole fleet of them.
Yeah, I think. But I don't.
Basically, if you
Akron, Ohio.
okay, it's like
Oh,
the Jersey
perfect.
of the Midwest.
Akron.
Think, perfect. Because that's where
It's
I
probably
wanna go.
catered by fucking
The worst
Waffle
thing is,
House.
to go to Akron, Ohio, you're gonna fly into Cleveland and then hop on one of those little tiny fucking planes that are gonna crash at any second and fly into Akron.
I took one of those to Ohio. I'm like, hey, do I have a middle seat? And she laughs at me. She goes, middle seat? She's like, you're in your own row.
They hand you a roll of duct tape until you get in the wing.
Fucking flight instructions in the back.
Oh my God.
In the case of loss of cabin pressure. In case of a water event. Or was it water landing? Water landing.
Water landing, yes.
Death.
I love that water landing.
Like you're
It
just
only-
going to go.
It's only happened once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sully was the only one who had a water landing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody else was impact.
Yeah, by the way, Sully was 800 feet in the air. That's like basically center field twice.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's how high up in the air was. So he got to cruise into the Hudson River.
Yep.
Nobody else does.
No.
But, just take the cushion off the seat in case you want to float to safety for several days.
In the event of a water landing, it won't matter. You won't know.
The only cool thing is you won't burn to death.
Yeah.
Not if you land in Lake Erie. That shit already caught on fire. If you're flying to Cleveland, that shit literally caught on fire from chemicals. There was just like one day people were at the beach. Like, oh, what a beautiful day.
Look at the sunset. Oh, no.
It's 3:30.
Fuck Cleveland. I knew Cleveland was a shit city when I lived in Buffalo, and people there made fun of Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people in Buffalo, New York, call your city the mistake on the lake, you live in a shithole.
Imagine being in Akron.
Yeah.
We're the only town LeBron James left twice.
slogan is, "We wish we were Cleveland."
They're the Drexel of towns in Ohio.
Akron, at least we're not Flint, Michigan.
Right?
Our water's just combustible, not brown.
What is this yellow? That totally brown.
There's nothing to be proud of if you're from Akron, Ohio. Just Akron.
I can't believe LeBron James left them again. They were so excited when he came back. He's like, I made a mistake. I went to Miami. I chased my dreams. Welcome home. Welcome home. All these kids are crying in the streets and they're sewing their LeBron James jerseys back together because they don't have money. They have thread. But then he goes and says, no, I'm going to be a Laker. And he breaks their hearts again, and then he donates like $5 to the local school. So, fuck you all. I'll run a camp here in 10 years.
Like, I'm going to donate an iPad to the school.
It's not charged, but you can have it.
Just one, it's not charged.
I got $190,000 in grant money. I'm going to buy that iPad, and then we're going out to Akron's cheerleaders.
There's 3 stolen songs on it. Enjoy.
2 of them are about the Lakers.
Oh, my God.
All right, so the trashy women in Philly.
Yeah?
No, that's just a statement. Wasn't introducing anything.
Isn't your wife from Philly?
Oh, yeah, not anymore. I saved her like so many people want to do to strippers. I saved my wife.
Yeah.
I met her in New York, and she didn't even want to be in Philly when she was in New York.
Yeah,
we continue to move up the coast.
Her name used to be Sky.
Dude, you got to see her tomorrow. I'll let you make that joke, but she's going to know you made it. And get me a drink while you're over there, you stupid wife-shaming prick.
All right, Craig, leave the man's wife alone. He's proud of his wife. He shows her off. He's happy he's married to her. And he's not the only one.
But I never talk about where she's from.
Not anymore, you won't.
I would never make fun of her.
There is a group of men, however, that are very proud of their wives, talk about them, and want people to know about them.
Yes.
A little bit of an unconventional relationship, however.
And they're not from Philly. Most of them are from China.
Yeah.
Which is the Philadelphia of the Far East. Yeah. I just got a theme tonight. I'm just going with it.
So to fill the people in, these men love their sex doll wives and don't care who knows it.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the cellar dweller got a little cringed out by that.
Jonathan, you've been awfully quiet, but I feel like this is the one that's going to get you to come out of your shell.
Oh, man. These people, I mean, like, they're not hurting anybody.
No.
But they're fucking nut jobs.
Yes.
If you're dragging around a giant piece of rubber, like walking around like you got Putin on your arm, with his legs just dragging on the fucking curb.
Wait, their knees don't bend?
Oh, Putin is what they're going to be doing later.
Yeah. But if you're dragging this thing to the zoo,
Yeah.
shit. Like
Which is what one of them did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They take
Yeah.
him out in public.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, taking them out to dinner.
What the
What did they order?
The first guy. They share a meal.
What are they eating? What the fuck?
A light salad.
And mineral oil.
That would be like me going to the bar and just throwing my fleshlight on the counter.
Right.
I'd be like, oh,
And then
get
buying
this,
it a drink.
Get this bitch in martini.
Feed it peanuts all night.
She'd like an apple martini.
Pours it in periodically.
What's her name? Virginia.
Craig, why does it have 2 dents in it? Well, I had to tell her twice. I don't understand the dating thing. If you want to do this at home, even, you know what, put her on a porch. Have a gin Ricky. I don't fucking care.
Yep.
I don't understand why they feel the need to go to the zoo, because children are going to see this man walking around with 2 non-human feet dragging
Yes.
along the way. And I mean, I guess she's got shoes on. I'm sure she's prepared for
Oh,
the
they're
day.
probably nice. Stilettos, like.
No. That's catastrophic injury waiting to happen.
I mean, you got to put her on rollerblades or something. You can't carry her.
I never thought about that. But doing like the whole Heather Graham and Boogie Nights thing, that could work. I couldn't.
My wife goes everywhere on her hoverboard.
I feel like after like 3 dates, these guys are like, "Oh no, my sex doll wife is now handicapped," and they just wheel her everywhere.
What the fuck?
I mean, I don't. Like I said, they're not hurting anybody, but still, to bring up that, you've got a fucking issue.
Yeah.
There's a psychological fucking thing going on. Yes, all right, I get it. Maybe you can't relate to women as well, so you got this, and it makes you feel better because you can fuck it instead of get pissed.
Whatever you do in your own home, I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I don't care what you in your house. I don't care what you're humping.
But
Yeah.
nobody else needs to know about it.
Right.
You don't need to share it with people.
Yeah,
It's bad enough the neighbors have to hear what sounds like a magician making balloon animals every Friday night. They don't need to see it.
Nothing really breaks the tension at a Ruby Tuesdays though when your fucking date lets out a big old rubbery queef. I'm sorry. Then he buys her the unlimited salad bar.
You slide her into the fucking seat. It's like.
Both my date and my seat are made of Naga hide.
He gets shocked every time he opens the car door.
And every time everybody looks at it, it looks like she's shocked.
Yeah.
That woman's been perpetually scared since we got here.
I can't fuck my wife tonight. Was it her period? No, lint. Like one of those rubber spiders that used to crawl down your refrigerator. What's crazy though is that after last week's episode, all three of us are going to need one soon.
Yep.
To be honest with you. We'll do a 6-person episode, only 3 voices.
Picture one of these guys getting arrested for murder because his wife gave him a blowjob. You don't even need a chalk outline. It's just a flat plastic body.
Where's the chalk outline? Wherever you want her to be.
Why is she all taped up like that? She was leaking.
Oily discharge.
And it feels better.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
What the hell, man?
I almost want to rent one. You know, just get one like on Amazon with the return policy.
Yeah.
Just to take it out.
Just
on
to
the
go
town.
just to go to the bar and act like nothing's wrong.
Like what?
What are you talking about? I got a date.
Bring it to Comic-Con, draw Mike's hairline on it.
I mean, I have to say.
It's just more head for me to love.
I mean, granted, they've become incredible. It's not like you remember like blow up dolls were the thing before,
Yeah.
and it was a fucking pool toy
Yeah.
with a hole in it. But now they're like these fucking latex rubber things that almost look like people.
Yeah, they look like Chinese girls now.
Yeah,
Almost real.
Man.
It cost almost as much.
Yeah.
yeah. And
They
then
fit the same size package. They all get shipped over here in containers.
That's why they're all so good at gymnastics. They train them at a young age. You need to fit in the prepaid box.
That's how they get me. That's how it all started. It's like $9 and 13 other actual Chinese girls stare like E.T. in the closet. Just staring out when customs comes by.
The only difference is E.T. got the phone home.
All these sex dolls are like, they're painted up to look pixelated.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Do you think they get in arguments with their sex dolls?
I have no doubt they get in arguments. Yeah. In fact, I would bank on it, and I'd like to watch one.
Yeah.
But these new ones, they don't...
It smells like tires in here.
You need your oil changed again?
I can just see one like pointing at her. I know you got nothing to say.
The hell was that noise? Mark's laying rubber in the driveway again.
What the fuck, man?
They're not blow-up dolls anymore, right?
No. It's a full-on
I'm sure you can
latex.
still get them.
I'm sure, but I think what we're talking about, these are not blow-up dolls,
No,
right?
they're full-on latex, like, with articulating limbs and shit. It's
And
all-
they've got some, like, mass to them, right?
Yeah, it's
gotta
gonna
be
weigh
heavy,
100 and something pounds. It's not.
So definitely heavier than those Chinese girls.
Yeah. Oh, way heavy. Yeah.
They're fun. If you just stick it out in the palm of your hand, they'll jump in it.
Yeah.
The Chinese girls like the sex dolls.
Right?
And then, Mothoraya. Mothoraya.
Jesus.
Leave it to fucking Craig to go over the line and culturally appropriate 2 Polynesian islands.
Yeah.
Pretend they're Chinese.
I just think it's great that he could pronounce it that. Yeah. And not that whole English thing that we've been working on. Oh, my God. All right, can we get back to a normal headline? Dave, what's next?
It's really... We're going to go from sex with rubber dolls to digging in old shitholes
That's
as
why,
opposed to digging in a new shithole.
that's why I wanted you to introduce it.
This is apparently a thing now.
Yeah.
There are people digging in old outhouse trenches looking for treasure.
They find sex
Yeah.
dolls made
I
of
wouldn't
wood.
call it treasure.
Our video feed died because someone didn't charge the battery in the camera, but there were air quotes around that.
Craig would have the vibrating sex doll and then not charge that either.
Yeah.
Sticking batteries in his ass all night.
The worst part is in 100 years from now, these fucking guys are going to find like these 2 rubber feet sticking out of a fucking
It's like moss growing right out of the hole.
Oh, shit.
What are these
That's
people
one thing I
finding?
like about these rubber dolls. I get older, they all stay the same.
You do have to worry about mold, though. If you leave your wife in a damp basement for several years
Yeah.
because you went out and found a younger, newer model.
You keep your mouth open like that all night? Be a lot cooler if you could. So anyway, Craig, what are they finding in these old shitholes?
Well,
Do tell.
last I heard, they found an old Confederate belt buckle and 4 kernels of corn.
It was called maize back then.
You know what's crazy? I don't even think we painted the picture. What is the? What are these people
They're
doing?
going where old outhouses used to be set up on property, and they're digging down into these shit fucking tunnels.
Now, how old are we talking? We're not talking like outhouses on Uncle Mike's property in Maine.
No, they're like 200 years old, 150
All right.
to 200 years old.
It's like
Stuff like
Turd
that.
Raider.
Yeah.
If you find Angelina Jolie down
It's
there,
a
even
shitty
better.
job.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, but they're digging down and they're finding these artifacts. They're pulling out like old bottles and
Yeah.
That
You know,
seems to
like
be
those-
the thing
you
they're
know-
excited about. You find old glass. Apparently, it leaches the soil
Yep.
into it, and the glass actually gets like glittery. And they're considering these to be like huge wins. They're also finding coins, and they're also finding like a lot of things. And it made you wonder, what did people do when they shit? They didn't have phones to play.
Because immediately I'm thinking, what valuables you find if people are just hucking this shit into a toilet? How valuable was it? How valuable was it to them back then? They're just like, fuck this thing, I'm throwing it in the shitter.
No one will ever find this.
Yeah.
I just remember this. When I used to eat breakfast, I read the back of the box 19 times.
Yeah.
Right? Because you were bored and you didn't have anything else to do. I imagine if you're on the shitter in like 1790, if you got coins in your pocket, suddenly that becomes a thing of interest. You know, like the little bit of moonlight that's coming in that moon-shaped hole in the front.
Yeah.
And you're looking at the coins, and then you drop it because you have to wipe your ass, weekly or whatever it is.
I don't know. I think people probably look at this as a way to get rid of stuff that no one's ever going to find. Like,
Or look for.
Right. Yeah.
right.
Who's going to go digging?
Yeah. They're probably going to start finding a bunch of burlap bags with faces painted on and holes cut where the mouths were.
Yeah. This is Jenny.
What I'm amazed is nobody found a body yet. How do you not find a
not
body
yet.
of somebody that worked for you and didn't cooperate?
Or whatever. Yeah. Or whatever.
I mean, they're only finding fun things. Look, glass bottles that held whiskey.
They're only publicizing the fun things.
Yep.
See, to me, the real news happens later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think this is going to cause a bad trend, though.
Yeah.
There have been some news articles in recent years with scumbag weirdos, creeps hiding in like porta johns, peeping on women peeing. They're gonna be like, "I was just looking for treasure."
Where do you hide in a porta john?
In the shitter.
Fucking shitter. Oh yeah.
There was some dude specifically in Colorado convicted, but like scuba gear. These people all fucked up.
Yeah.
It's got an oxygen tank.
Oh yeah, they're all fucking
guys
whacked.
going into the toilet and laying there and just sitting there waiting for girls to piss. And
Does
then
he
once
not
in
have
a-
the internet?
Yeah. Once
How
in a while-
desperate is he to see some fucking pussy?
He had these two
You
balls.
can't recreate
He had
it.
these two ball prints on his diving mat.
What the
It's
fuck?
kind of clouded his vision for a little bit. He was pissed.
I can't wait for 200 years from now when they dig up Dave's house. It's gonna be like the Temple of Doom.
The house is immaculate. The yard's full of shit.
No, they're gonna find like tunnels and like little Indian kids working in turbans. Yeah. And then some guy that worships Dave is gonna rip out your heart.
Oh, Mom Shiva. Oh, Mom Shiva.
Kalima.
Kalima.
There's gonna be like a mine cart down there, just shuttling all of this shit that Dave has created.
Sick of these motherfuckers digging holes in my yard. I'm tired of it.
Oh, God. You see him like picking up the big hard piece of shit and throwing his bag of sand on it quick.
A giant turd-shaped boulder chases you out.
But yeah, they're digging in these fucking things. They're finding stuff.
How do
but,
they know where
of
to
course.
look?
That's a good
If these are
question.
like a few hundred years old, there's no little shack standing anymore.
Well, there's probably traces of it. You can probably tell where there
It
was.
smells bad.
Well,
That's how you know.
well, there's probably like divots in the ground. You know, they're probably going on this old property and finding these divots in the ground where shit is over the years decomposed and collapsed.
Well,
and
that's
made a
what they're
little
saying
tear.
because what happened was back then they'd build an outhouse and then when it got too full or too rank,
They'd
they
move
just
it.
move it.
Yeah.
And then bury the old one and dig a new hole.
Yeah.
Not aware of the fact that 3 feet away, those holes will eventually break down.
Break
and all
down,
that. And
yeah.
before that, you have a shit canal.
Yep.
But everybody lived to like 28 back then, so it didn't really fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know, they were long gone.
But yeah, digging in shit pits.
This episode
What a
took a
world.
turn, huh?
Shit pits.
But speaking of shit pits, if you're a college student in Virginia,
Which is not Drexel.
Yeah, if you're purposely digging in shitholes, people can be like, "What kind of drugs are you on?"
yep.
No, these people did it on purpose. However,
In Virginia, this woman, she murdered her roommate, best friend. She killed her
Stabbed her.
30 times. Was it?
Yeah, not once. Not
Yeah.
oops, shit, I'm sorry. She did the bunch.
And when the cops came, she said, "I killed her. I did it." She called the cops actually.
Yeah.
And then she turned around when they showed up and said, "Cuff me."
Cuff me, arrest me, and then said, "I was doing cocaine with the devil."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have happened at Drexel. If she was just out at the Drexel co-op, because ambition matters there, or whatever.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Somebody had to say it.
Yeah. Who else are you doing cocaine with anyway?
Right?
If you're gonna do it,
That's right.
with the
Do it
devil.
right.
Do it with the devil. Exactly.
he's got the best shit.
I did cocaine off a letter from Paul to the Romans.
Yeah.
You ever remember going to church as a kid? All Paul did was write letters.
Yeah. Exactly.
Drove me fucking crazy. I'm like, this guy did nothing but write
Right,
people.
that's all he did.
It was like the first spammer.
He was the first telemarketer.
It was never a Sunday like a letter from the Corinthians back to Paul.
Yeah.
No one ever wrote
Fucking
him back.
ignored him, and he kept writing.
That's why he kept sending him. He's like, "What the fuck? No one's responding."
Got a nice biblical parchment back months later. It's a new phone. Who dis?
New pad. New pad. Who's it?
New sheepskin. Who dis?
We're gonna send those archaeologists over to Israel, start digging in those shitholes. They'll find all of Paul's letters.
Yeah.
Some Corinthian outhouse.
10,000 more letters from Paul. Most of them like, "What the fuck? Why are you writing that?"
Just shit streaked papyrus.
Paul was the first vlogger.
Yeah.
Just writing his daily shit every day and sending it to the Corinthians.
I hate those Corinthians. They never write back. I know you're there.
They were all ghosting Paul.
Get fucked, Paul. No one cares about your shit.
And then Jesus said, "Hey, you want to see ghosting? Watch this."
Hashtag ghost Jesus.
It'll take 3 days. Hold on.
I gotta move this shit outhouse boulder away. Quick, tell him a story about a giant rabbit. I need a few minutes.
Oh my God.
Get Paul to document it. All right, so we're in college in Virginia, right?
Yeah, that's right. Cocaine with the devil.
Cocaine with the devil.
I actually thought one of the best quotes was, according to him, she also tried to shove her fist in her mouth on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like, this is something
She was marching around in the interrogation room.
But even at home, they said
Yeah.
she would just randomly try to put her entire fist inside her mouth. And I'm like, if she could achieve that, she would have had other things to do that night.
Yeah.
She should have a job in Nance, France.
Hanging out at Mario's.
Yeah.
With like nothing more than a fluorescently lit woman with a fist in her mouth. With the nice subtle hum of the fucking gas lamps above it.
A couple of people having seizures from the lights flickering. That dude can dance.
You get there early, it's like first period gym. Well, we've been just jumping around tonight.
Yep.
So she'd been trying to like shove her own fist in her mouth
Yeah.
before this ever happened.
Yeah,
Yep.
don't act like you never tried it.
But the
I
fact
didn't even know her.
I was like, when I read it, I was like, that's awesome. Because she was like, I was doing cocaine with the devil. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to use that excuse all the time now.
Yeah.
For everything.
But did you guys see her last Instagram post? She actually wrote a loving, like, college girl message to her roommate on Instagram. And it went, and I quote, "Love you more, Lou, and everyone pray that we don't kill each other this year."
No shit.
Yes.
No.
Well, no one prayed.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what happened.
Where were you, Paul?
That's what happened to you when you don't send prayers on Facebook.
That's right. Only she got his letter.
Yeah.
Imagine Paul on Facebook today, though. He's like, I bet you won't share this.
Yeah.
Cancer is a bad thing. If you read all the way to the end, I know you care and you're a true friend.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dear Corinthians.
Dear Corinthians.
LOL.
My mom said nobody would like me because I have cancer. Prove her wrong and share my
LOL.
picture.
Lots of leprosy.
Digging those houses, you find noses and shit. Toes.
Feeling kind of stabby today. Not sure if I will. LOL.
Hanging out with my boy Satan.
I would love to see biblical era outhouses. Just find babies in baskets that they thought they were sacrificing for God. You're just so fucking bored. Somebody started talking to you on a mountain. What were you doing up there in the first place?
My thing was, did the devil have anything better to do than hang out with this chick and do wines? Like that was his night?
It's like Virginia sucks.
Yeah. You know what? I gotta hang out with this chick and blast lines tonight. And watch her try to stick her fist in her mouth.
Oh, so you just described a very good evening. That's like Tuesday at Mario's. It's like
Devil's Night.
filthy Taco Tuesdays.
It's open face Taco Tuesday.
Deconstructed taco.
She's established. She's like, did I do it? He's like, I don't know. Try it one more time. No, try it one more time. They said when they found her, the girl was laying on the floor with a knife sticking out of her mouth.
No. What the fuck?
So that was the last one.
Yeah.
He stabbed her everywhere and then ended with the mouth.
Mouth. Yeah.
All right, so bad coke.
Yeah. She couldn't fit her fist in it.
Or she did and she got jealous.
Yeah.
Fuck your wide mouth.
Imagine that would be the ultimate fuck you. You're getting stabbed, you know you're bleeding out, you're dying, but your ultimate fuck you is to shove your own fist in your mouth as the victim. Choke on that!
Watch, bitch. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's why the football team likes me better.
Yeah, they never said what college it was. I'm thinking not UVA.
No.
Not many options there, though.
But,
right?
I'm thinking Virginia Bible.
It's
Virginia
fucking,
Bible.
It's awful. That fucking girl, her roommate was just like, became friends, like hanging out one night, and this girl just snaps and does this, and then probably was just blasting lines and doing crazy shit and drinking, and then went home, and that girl said something, and she fucking
I think she was
snapped.
triggered by a meme.
Yeah.
'Cause that's all it takes these days.
Yep.
Roanoke.
Of course it was wrong.
Oh, that's other Virginia.
Fucking of course.
Yeah,
That's-
it was.
yeah.
That's pretty much West Virginia, part of Virginia.
Yeah, that's
Black
like,
Mountains.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's different. It's different over there.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I got to Roanoke, I was 5 hours from getting to Clemson. I was like,
Entire
it's
fucking-
awfully.
What were you doing in
southern here.
Roanoke?
Entire colonies of people
Driving
go
down the
missing
way.
there.
Yeah, right.
Dave was looking for dates. Don't even. It's got 2 ounces.
Where all the wide mouth girls at?
Dave drove through Virginia with 2 ounces of coke in a dream.
This here shoe is a size 7. What can you fit it in?
Challenge accepted.
If you can sit on this boot and make me just see my calf, get in.
Maybe she was just mad at her boyfriend and was trying to deflate her.
I'm still trying to think about what foreplay would be like with one of them sex dolls. You just like wring their legs like fucking Stretch Armstrong.
Snapping in, pull their nipples like 3 feet and snap back.
Don't act like you don't like it.
You blow it up a little too much and let some air out so it's nice and stretchy.
I would love to get a tape recorder and stick it inside of one and just be like, and just hit play. So it was just going, "You're doing it wrong."
Is it in yet?
I just really shattered this dude's fucking dreams.
Just automatically deflated.
Already? Oh, that's it?
Catch the guy beating off the Goodyear commercial.
Yeah.
I love that we create outlines. We have bounced around so fucking. How do you not talk about these sex dolls more?
He gets all mad, puts her in the closet, and then puts porn on and jerks off.
Do you pay extra for like the little nipple bumps? Like the braille?
Yeah, right?
Why would he put her in the closet? Like she's going to see him if she's not.
Well, you never know.
They married
the
them.
zoo.
They're married to them.
He took her to the zoo to enjoy fucking
That's
animals.
so fucked up, man. The zoo.
This is what living
the
things look
closet.
like.
It's like turning the picture of your mother around in the living room.
How many fucking people, man, must have been looking at them instead of the animals?
Oh,
Like, what are you
absolutely.
gonna
They were the
do?
main attraction.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, it was probably one of those days where the gorillas didn't come out and play. But you still feel like you got your money's worth.
And to the right, you have the fucking silverback of the thing. To the what the fuck?
They're both doing the same thing.
Lions walking around. I hate my life. This place. I'm all right. Could be worse.
It's the saddest thing.
It's terrible.
Some orangutan just humping a gym ball is like, hey, it's not just me.
The most awkward part, and I can relate to this because I also tried to, travel with my wife by putting her in cargo.
Are you still married?
Because she's from Philly. She goes there. She's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Oh my god.
God.
Got so many more questions about those sex dolls, man. I don't know.
Well, ask him
Yeah,
now because
ask
we're
away.
still at an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Do they blink? Do they do anything?
No, they just look surprised.
But but do you know what they don't do? Say no.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And I think that's the most important part of this because they actually had photos of the guys that were married to these dolls, and they're not what I call lookers. They look like regulars at Mario's. They were definitely that crew, but they were smiling lovingly. Like it's obviously a mental disorder, but I think Craig's got the right point. I mean, you're not really hurting anybody.
No.
No, what is
And
that?
because it could be worse. They could be actually going out and hurting people.
I get. I
You
mean,
know what I
the
mean?
one thing I
And
wish.
so they found something that
Won't leave them.
that won't leave it, and but it quells their need for that like.
It's their purge.
Yeah, basically. But that's what I'm saying. Instead of them going out and actually harming an actual woman or doing
Yeah.
something, they're set.
I
They're
get
good.
that, but I think I kind of get what Brad's questioning. Like, if I'm at that zoo, I have to try to explain to my kids why that man's walking around with a rubber person.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the only.
No,
that's
I get
what
it.
He's not hurting me or my family.
No.
It's one of those things I'd have to
You
think
just
about
have
it ahead
to
of time
look and
be
just say,
hey,
that man is fucking crazy.
Right?
That's
what are you gonna say?
because that's all you can say.
No,
because
Now
what
that
do you-
man's playing a joke right now. We're gonna walk in
There
the
you
other
go.
direction.
There you go.
That's
no,
it.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
yeah.
who wants chicken nuggets? Look, a
Yeah,
lion.
yeah.
Yeah.
We can't understand it. And we're adults.
Yeah,
Try
right.
explaining it to a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the only weird thing. Like you, Craig said, they're not hurting anyone. They're really not. They're just
no,
they're
no.
just really.
And you're
fucking
right.
out there.
If that's an outlet for them,
If
fine.
it's an outlet for them to keep them from doing
But
anything,
It's better than stabbing your roommate 36 times.
Yeah.
yeah,
But it's the
exactly.
purge in the outlet that's got me concerned because if you jizz inside a human being, chances are as filthy, unless you're from Virginia, you're probably going to clean up after. I'm afraid that this guy, I'm assuming his sanitary skills not up to snuff. Again,
whole
call it a
house-
hunch.
All the carpet in his house is full of snail trails.
Oh,
Well, he's trying to make
It's just
it.
where the legs have been dragged over. This is where the magic happened.
Entire house has looked like it's been pledged.
But that's what I'm afraid
He
of.
throws her over his shoulder, and it just this giant jellyfish just falls out of her mouth.
See, now you're getting it. I'm afraid that I'm going to be standing next to this guy in like the chinchilla room. Okay. And out of
Kitchen
nowhere,
feels like a movie theater floor.
yeah, that's just it. You're going to hear, and then all of a sudden, a giant gob of 3-day-old jizz is going to work its way out of the canals that they have lovingly crafted inside this fake rubber womb.
Smells like you just trying to bleach a fish.
Thought Brad's socks were bad.
Some neighbors complaining. He's been making hot dogs for 3 years.
Like microwaving them.
The thing is, man, in 10 years, they're going to be robots. They're going to be doing everything.
Yeah, that's
going to happen.
It's already happening.
Well,
They
there's that
just
great
have-
movie I made you watch, Cherry 2000.
Yes. Yep.
Cherry 2000 has Melanie Griffith in it, so it doesn't qualify as a truly terrible movie, but
No,
it's basically in the not too distant future where sex dolls are like commonly accepted. They're sex robots.
Yeah.
And the world is like post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
So
Well, Mark Singer also made a movie. I can't think of the name of the movie, but
Did
he
you
plays-
interrupt my Cherry 2000
I'm sorry.
diatribe?
I'm sorry.
Go fuck yourself.
He has no problem interrupting us, but don't interrupt him.
Mark Singer did the same
Very
thing.
rarely am I talking about movies of this caliber.
That's fair.
It's like a Blade Runner, but for sex dolls. Like,
So let's go Blade Hummer.
I was going to go Blade Runner, but
Blade
okay.
but and that was fucked up. But the funny thing is that shit's happening.
It's going to, yeah.
Because
it's happening.
there already are there are some. They have them, but it's just the money is so outrageous. You know what I mean? But they're making them, and it's like where they actually talk back and shit. That's gonna make people fucking crazy. That's when people are gonna actually be nuts.
Man,
Is when they're actually getting a response. Then they're gonna fucking. It's gonna because maybe they may still not go out and hurt anybody, but you're fucking with their head even more. You know what I mean?
Guess
That's
so.
my
Okay.
thing. Is you're making them even more fucked up by giving them a false sense of
If
something.
gorillas,
I don't know.
if gorillas all started masturbating instead of fucking each other, we'd lose the gorilla population. Okay, what's going to happen when we have a sex doll that does whatever we want, whenever we want, doesn't have an opinion on anything? What's the motivation to get married?
Divorce my wife.
Or population's going to fall
The
off.
population's going to fall off the grid, which is probably this is actually the slowest case of natural selection ever.
Yeah.
I feel like
nobody,
that's what's
yeah.
happening. They're saying you guys are fucking this up
Maybe
on your
that's
own.
maybe that's the way AI would go instead of like the Terminator route. They would
They just start fucking everybody.
We'll just make a bunch of hot chicks that don't fucking have kids and send them out into the world. And
If I had
fucking-
an
that's it.
unlimited budget, I'd have one in every
Wow,
room.
we just made the ultimate B movie.
Yeah, we did.
The plot for the best B movie ever. Yeah. That's it. It's happening.
We start filming tomorrow.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. All right, let's come back to reality a little bit. Let's not like we didn't find the bright side all night long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we need to do the bright side. Go ahead, take it in, Dave.
Oh, so we thought we'd wrap up by kind of giving our thoughts on Alice in Chains announcing their own tequila-infused bourbon. So we had some thoughts about the bourbon as well as some ideas about songs they might re-record.
Before we get into it, I'd like to raise a glass to them for creating a substance from a band where 50% of them died from substance.
That's funny. I was thinking like it's probably going to be called Embalmed to be heroin-laced lead.
I just think I've always wondered what Angry Chair was all about. Now I know it's about a toilet.
I don't know. To me, it sounds sick, man.
See, I was thinking some of the new songs would be like "Bleed When I Leak."
One of my favorites too, Dave. You ruined it. I think it's a lot better than Eddie Money's vodka, which is "Baby Hold On to Pee." I can't let you rest in peace, Ed. Sorry, can't do it.
I thought, you want a jar of flies? Because that's how you're going to try to flush.
My new single's Damn That Liver.
I know that their new black singer wanted a special line of Courvoisier, but they let that go.
Yeah.
Laugh at that so I don't feel so racist.
Laughing at your white guilt, not your
I'm just
joke.
saying, I say, bet they got it wrong.
See, after drinking that, I'd be down in the toilet bowl.
Nice. It reminds me, because their last endeavor, they tried to open a food truck, and it was called We Fry Young. And some of their specials were down in a whole grain pasta, them boneless wings, black gives way to blue cheese, and then their number one hit, Rooster.
I just thought, I'll stay away.
Or just get floored again.
You just went through the whole
I
catalog.
did. I went through every song I know.
I'm just glad it comes with a replaceable cork so it doesn't get staley.
That's it.
All right.
I'm cutting it there. That's it.
That's way better than my last one.
Tie a necktie around it and pull it. We're done.
That was the one. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's it. Wrap it up on that one.
Okay.
Leave it in a hotel room for 3 days. We're good.
Oh, man.
Well, if there was ever an episode that warranted new shirts, this is the one. So you can buy our existing merchandise and check back frequently for new sex doll t-shirts over at represent.com/store/NTS podcast. And if you want to catch up with what we're thinking tomorrow, go check us out on all of social media, on Twitter at NTS_podcast, on Facebook at NTS_podcast, and on Instagram, where Dave made another fantastic video tonight at all lowercase, needless to say, podcast. Follow us, share us, tell the world about us. Believe it or not, some of you actually like us. Go out and show us. Don't keep it to yourselves. We actually want to infect, like the crotch of that sex doll. Craig, can you give me a few words on our sponsor that's about to drop us?
If you're looking to start a podcast, if you have a podcast, if you need it edited or anything that needs to be done with your podcast, you're going to want to go to EndeavorPodcastSolutions.com. Check it out. They do it all.
Fantastic. And Jonathan, since you sat in tonight and you were really starting to get into it once we got to Virginia. So do you have anything else to add tonight?
Needless to say, we said it.